Grow, Sell, and Retire is a podcast for aspirational entrepreneurs and inspirational business owners who want to work less, earn more, and even more importantly, have an awesome time while doing it. Your host, B.D. Dalton, author of True Gravity, is here to give you the systems, processes, and actions for you to create the wealth that you've always dreamt about. Get your pencil, paper, and brain ready for secrets and top tips from his 25 years of experience in helping people build wealth. Here's your host, B.D. Dalton.
Hello, everybody. This is B.D. Dalton. Welcome to Grow, Sell, and Retire. This is called Creating Addiction, Episode 7. This is the podcast for lazy overachievers that want to get ahead in business, but just want to find secrets, tips, and tricks away around making sure that they can still make money and have fun and enjoy the things that they want to do. So in today's episode, I'm going to walk you through 3 different ways that you can create addiction to your business. So when you look at things that are addictive in your life, is it chocolate, gummy bears? Is it exercise, your iPhone, maybe Game of Thrones or Twitter, social media? What is it that gets you addicted? Oh, actually, most of those seem like that's my addictions. I don't think that this is a counseling session, so I want to make sure that we're talking about using this in your business. But really, when you look at all the stuff that we do or the items that we use, when we're going to use and look at our businesses and the things that are so valuable in the world right now and that sell in the stock markets and do things like that, think of your Apple iPhone. Think of the walking around and having music and cameras and everything at your fingertips. Is it Facebook so that you can interact with people and move in and out of items? Is it weird? Or is it just me, or is it when on the television, when you're watching a show and you can hear the buzz of the phone, the mobile phone sitting and it's doing the vibrate on the desk? Do you reach for your phone? Do you check your pocket? Do you look around? What can we do in our business to make it so that it's addictive? It makes people want to keep coming back. They love it. They enjoy it. They know that it's an experience that they're going to have or something that they're going to taste, touch, and feel to make it so they can keep coming back. That when we go to sell our business or pass it on or create paychecks off that enterprise value that I always talk about, enterprise value is the amount you can sell your business for today or the amount of paychecks it can generate when you're not working in it. But what are the 3 things that we can do to make our business more valuable using addiction? So the very first thing I'm going to look at is systems. So what type of contact or customer service do you have that makes it so that the people are addicted to talking to you and your team? And I'm not talking about complaints. I'm talking about regular contact. Do you have the email marketing? Do you talk to them on a regular basis? Does the team talk to them on a regular basis? This is where I believe that regular touch points in a relationship versus one big event is so valuable. It creates that addiction. It creates that want, that need, which is what Facebook is all about, which is those small touch points that keep buzzing, keep coming back to you and saying, oh, hey, guess what? BD's having a coffee right now. Maybe you should join him. He's listening to this music. Maybe you want to listen to it too. So the second part of that system thing is, what are you doing to create, and this is what my coach Steve Moore talks about, who will be on a future program, but Steve Moore talks about how do you provide wow? And wow is when somebody sits down in a meeting and they've received something ahead of time, an agenda, something that's completely about them, a postcard from your holiday. What is it at that meeting that makes them feel like, wow, you understand me, you know me, and you're going to take me to a whole new level, whether that's the customer service bit, something you're selling them, or something they're going to do for you, knowing what your Starbucks order is before you get there. Those type of things. How does your product make them feel? How does it make them feel unique? Does it mold to them? Does it understand you? And does it start to build something around their being? And does it make them feel good? Whether it's a Fitbit or it's your Alexa that talks back to you, whatever else it is, does it start to engage them, that product? And then ultimately, how does it follow up? How does it keep getting back to not just the touch points, but following up on the things that you do right? So you're creating addiction by creating that regular, constant contact. Think of things that you do that make it in your business that a client wants to keep coming back to you, and that they say, oh, well, you haven't called in a while. Or the things that they expect from you, you take that and you say, okay, well, they expect this from us, but we're going to give them just a little bit more and get to that wow factor. The second thing in your business, when you look at creating addiction, is creating a team feel. Or if you're using a website, it's that AI or that chatbot, alternative intelligence or artificial intelligence that keeps people coming back that feel engaged. And I put something really cheesy down here, but and most of my friends wouldn't know any different. But the cheesiness is definitely one of those that smiles go for miles. So smiles go for miles is no matter what's happening, whether you're doing a podcast, and I'm sitting here looking in the mirror right now, whether you're doing a podcast or you're talking on the phone or you're sitting in a meeting, as long as it's appropriate and you're not talking about death and life insurance and things like this, that you're smiling. They need to feel that you're passionate about it, and definitely one of those things where you're very engaged, smiling, and you can hear the happiness. The second thing, so you've got your team thinking about your engagement and talking on the phone and smiling at all times because they can hear that. The second thing is, in your teams, you need to make sure that they understand their roles so that it can give them focus and comfort. People, we don't like to be chained or tied or caged, but what we do like to know is what we can do and how we can have power and strength and knowledge in the stuff that we do. So those roles in the team really go a long way. So if somebody asks you in your team, one of your clients says, I'd like you to do this for me. So in my business, it'd be, I'd like you to raise an invoice or pay a check. And I'd say, you know what, I am not smart enough to do that. I've got Nadia that does that, or I've got Sam that could do that for you, or Michelle or Sonia or Rob or somebody else. So whoever else needs to have that power because that's their role and they're going to feel more comfortable. But what that also does is they understand that you're a team, so that sometimes people don't stay at our companies. Sometimes clients understand that if the main person walks under a bus or that something happens that they cannot get a hold of the person that they're in regular contact with, they feel lost. And that is not good for the team. And that's why you have roles so that people understand that if this person is not there, it can go here. Whether it's a sports team, because I love my sports, and Real Madrid just beat Manchester United last night and won this European Super Cup, which is fabulous, and I'm very excited about it. But everybody has a role. So the only person that really doesn't change roles during a game is the goalkeeper, because they usually don't come too far up unless it's the last breath effort to try to knock in a goal. But in general, everybody can overlap for everybody else. Everybody has their specific role and the specific thing they're supposed to do, whether it's defending or whether it's moving forward. But overall, I think that you need to have roles to make sure that people feel comfortable and they understand that team. And this makes you more valuable and it creates addiction. But what else do you do in your business? This is number 3. What else do you do in your business, or what else does your business do that doesn't have anything to do with your product? It doesn't have anything to do with your business. It has to do with you and why people buy into you. Maybe you're a triathlete. Maybe you give huge amounts of money away to a local charity. Maybe you've built a wing of a hospital. It just really is one of those things where we need to keep going and need to make sure that everything is going forward to make sure that people start to engage with the business. And they create addiction because they say, you know what? I'm like that. I'm going to keep doing that. I want to be more like that. So overall, you're starting to look at everything in your business to make sure that it focuses the people, your customers, on the product and the team and the business and not you. So you want to create addiction, but you don't want to create addiction to people calling you and needing your guru-ness and everything else that happens around you. You want to make sure that they're focused on doing things that keep them coming back for more. They also, once they're addicted, they won't leave because they feel like they need that Jones for whatever the feeling is that you give them. And this really comes down to you making sure you're giving them that wow feeling. You're making sure that your team is connected and you've got the systems that make it feel like this is a true interaction. Think of how well Facebook knows you, or Twitter knows you, or even your phone now knows what you like to have as your main songs, your weather. It starts to look at all these different things and starts to learn who you are. So your phone knows you. And that's really scary. Your computer knows you. Your web browser knows you. And you keep coming back because you think that it knows you, so it feels what you do. How can you create that in your business? So regular contact, making sure that you're giving them something just a little bit more than their competitors will do. Make sure that you're giving that follow-up and keeping going and getting people in your business comfortable on their roles. So I've had a lot of questions come out as to how I can do these things. I've got some great stuff on the website. I've got the Facebook for Grow, Sell, and Retire. I want to make sure that I can keep giving you information. So I want you to, and I call it lazy overachievers, but the laziness only comes from, I want to do this easier, quicker, and faster. And it really comes back down to the way that we do things. And when we surround ourselves with people that want to make us just a little bit better so that the world can be just a little bit better, the more we do that daily, the more easy it will be to grow your business and yourself, sell your business, and make sure that you have assets there to do this last bit, which is retire on. So I've got some great stuff coming up. If you really like the program, I'd love you to go over to the Facebook page and like it, Grow, Sell, and Retire. Love you to go to the Bart Dalton Consulting website to look at things that you can get off of there. Lots of tools, tips, and tricks that you can get for free. Love it if you went out and bought the book, booked me in to come in and speak at one of your engagements. Love to talk to you and your sales team. Make sure that they're getting the most out of what they're doing, because efficiency in their energy, time, and focus is what I'm all about. I want to make sure that the lazy overachiever can grow, sell, and retire. This is BD Dalton signing off. Looking forward to seeing you next time. Go ahead, like it, and subscribe to it. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks for joining us on Grow, Sell, and Retire. For more information, tools, or to book one of our team members to work with your team, business, or to speak at your event or conference, visit bartdaltonconsulting.com or email contact@bartdaltonconsulting.com. Buy the book True Gravity on Amazon. If you want to work for the rest of your life, that is your business. If you don't, that is ours.